Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with a Millennial. I'm the Millennial Javeda Bay, and this is my bed, and we are still talking all things communication. And today, I want to talk about communicating your wants and desires, because we ask for what we want in relationships over here. That's what we do. Because we are not dating mind readers, unless you're dating Charles Xavier or Jean Grey, which if that's the case, is it an open relationship? But you got to communicate what you want and desire to your partners. You have to. That's the only way for it to actually happen. And for a lot of us, that is super duper anxiety producing. Like the thought of being like, hey, do XYZ thing. Because we're taught by society that we're not supposed to ask for what we want because that's like selfish and like too self-centered and all these things. But that's a lie. That's a lie. It is not wrong to ask for what you want in your relationships. It's not wrong to ask for what you want. How else are you going to get it in life if you don't ask for it? So we're going to work on actually asking for what we want with our partners. And you might be like, Javay, I don't think I can do that. It just sounds like, oh, that sounds awkward. I'm going to be like weird when I do it. I got you. I got you. So if you feel that way, first things first, take a deep breath, okay? It's not the end of the world. Asking for what you want is not going to bring on doomsday or the apocalypse or bring a meteor crashing on Earth. You know, global warming might, but it is not you asking for what you want. So take a deep breath and know that it's okay. You got this. The next thing, you actually need to think about what you want. And I want you to write it down because we can think of things and just be like, oh, that'd be nice. And just throw it away and ignore it. No, I want you to write it down. If you're like, you know what, I would like it if my partner actually brought me flowers more often, or I would like it if my partner planned our dates instead of me planning all of them. Write down what it is so you don't like let it go and just be like, well, whatever, it'll happen when it happens. It's not gonna happen if you don't ask for it. So you're writing down what you want and what you desire in your relationships. And then you're practicing saying it and not talking to your partner yet. I want you to actually practice saying the words out of your mouth. I would like it if. I want you. I want to. Practice saying those words because most of us don't. We don't say I want. We say, what would you like? What do you want to do? I'm specifically talking to the people pleasers. That is what we are known for. Now, ask for what you want. So, you're going to practice saying those things out loud because once you start hearing it, it don't sound as like overwhelming and like, oh my goodness. You're used to hearing like, I want you to plan more romantic time for us. I want you to woo me. I miss being wooed. Saying it helps you. So you're going to say it a lot, a lot. If you're in the car and there's not a good song on the radio, you're going to turn down and you're like, I want you to give me more massages. Like, you're so good at it and I enjoy them from you, but you very rarely do it. I would like it if you initiated that more. Like, I would like it if you initiated sex more. I feel like that's really a lot of what I do. Say the things out loud. Say them. And then once you're like, okay, I know how to say this, you're going to actually say it to your partner. And again, as I said last week, not during. Okay, obviously there's some situations where you do ask for stuff during, like if you're like, oh, I want you to like stay right there for like just a little bit longer. Yes, absolutely that. But like if you're specifically asking for something like outside of actual sexual activity, don't do it in the bedroom. Do it somewhere else. Also, hey, wild thought. Do it over text message. You got a phone, you talking to your boo thing already. Just like, hey, I would love it if you could plan our next date. I would love for you to take that off my plate, but also I would love to see you come up with something for the both of us to experience and do together. Texting is absolutely fine. It's already a method of communication you use, so why not use that method of communication to communicate your desires and needs and wants, huh? I know, wild concept. But yeah, bring up what you want and what you desire outside of the bedroom. So go ahead and plan like some time, like have like a couple meeting time. Like, hey, can we just like chat like tonight after work, just hang out on the couch, have a quick conversation. Don't say, you know, we need to talk, because we all know that that is anxiety producing. Also, let your partner know, like, this is nothing bad. I just want us to like get on the same page about a few things, and just do like a relationship check-in. Let them know. Do not be ominous. Don't do it. It's the worst thing ever. I hate ominous text messages like, hey, I gotta chat with you later. About what? Tell me what it's about. So let them know it's not something bad. And then when you have the conversation, it's a two-way street. as always with communication, and if you let them know in advance, like I want to talk about like what we want and desire from each other, then they will probably come prepared as well. So then you're going to use that active listening that we talked about in like the first episode of In Bed with a Millennial this year. Yeah, that active listening, you're really going to listen to what they're saying as well. So repeat back to them like, okay, what I'm hearing is that you would like it if I took the initiative to handle dinner because it's overwhelming for you. And I'm like, hey, what do you want for dinner? You would like me to take on that aspect. Or like, you would like it if I managed walking the dogs in the morning and you would do it at night because your morning routine is just too overwhelming. Like whatever it is, repeat it back to make sure you're understanding, and that way they know that you were listening to them. Active listening, and they should be doing that as well. So encourage them to do the same, or just send them this video. But you you have to communicate, and don't be afraid. Also, if you are in a relationship and you feel like you can't communicate your wants and desires, that is a red flag. That's a red flag. And if we need to chat about that one-on-one, we could do that. Hit them DMs. But yeah, if your partner is just inherently like dismissing what it is that you want and not making space to hear you, babes, keep it moving. They don't deserve you. That's just the truth of the matter. But yeah, communicate your wants and desires. Let people know. Because again, they're not mind readers, and that's just what we got to do. And it's okay. It's not a problem. But make sure you're actually saying these things aloud beforehand to get comfortable with it if actually asking for what you want is something that you struggle with. And that's okay. Because I do as well. I absolutely do. I'm like, I can do everything by myself. You can be in a relationship by yourself, but then you ain't asking that of other people. So yeah. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel because we're gonna keep going strong talking about communication all month long. And also, there's so much happening on this YouTube channel that if you're not already subscribed to the F Network, what are you doing? Definitely make sure you're following me on social media because different stuff happening on all of the platforms. And definitely make sure you're subscribed to my email newsletter because if the social media platforms and YouTube decide that they want to give me the boot, that's where I'm going to be. That's how you're going to find me and stay in touch with me. So do all those things. Send this to your partner so that way y'all both are prepared to have a conversation about communicating your desires and wants. And have a great time. Enjoy the communication. It might seem a little overwhelming at first, but I promise you, the better you get at it, the more y'all do it together, the more amazing your relationship is going to be. Just trust me. I know these things. But yeah, until next time, I'm going to see you later. Deuces.